The main storyline is about Baki, a 12-year-old boy, trained to become, the strongest, like, grappler in the world and to defeat his father, Yujiro Hanma. However, it's not quite an easy task, with Yujiro Hanma being, like, the strongest creature on the planet. The difference between all the characters with Yujiro Hanma is colossal. Let's put it this way. You remember when Vegeta was fighting Frieza in his final form? It's
Yes.
kind of like that with most characters when they fight Yujiro Hanma. They think they have a chance, they think they're taking him on, but then the terror creeps in, and Yujiro Hama is just fucking unbeatable.
It's like you know how like Vegeta's will just got like broken during that fight. Does that happen to like some of the other fighters or?
Oh, they get destroyed.
Oh, but is it like on like a mental?
Well, with some of them, I don't know. It doesn't really go to some. Kisuke Takaki doesn't go too in depth when it comes to
The mentality of like people and stuff.
Well, it depends. I know he started doing it in Son of Ogre with Piccolo of all characters, because Piccolo doesn't can't really speak. So
Right.
especially in that arc, he was putting like a lot of emphasis on narratives because like when Jack Howard was fighting him, like when he punched Piccolo's chin, he was describing that it was like he was punching a mountain and it barely budged. Like there's this one scene in the manga that I found where Yujiro Hama gets struck by lightning. And he's walking like in the middle of a crowd, and he walks like nothing happened, and everyone is just wondering. Like there's like a news report about it, and people are wondering. They see like a skeleton and everything. They're wondering, is that a human being? Or, people are just like scared shitless. Especially because when Yujiro Hanma is like, he's just so damn intimidating. It's got to the point where he could just walk to anywhere, and people will just submit instantly. I know I've been talking about Yujiro Hama a lot, but honestly, he's the best thing about Baki the Grappler. The series, however, is like it's kind of shaky, because initially it started off very traditional shonen. It was a whole training arc, where Baki is like fighting opponents one at a time, getting stronger with each one and learning to respect his adversaries and becoming friends with them, and then being defeated by Yujiro Hama when he thought he was ready, which he clearly wasn't. And then from there, it just becomes solely focused on tournaments and fighting, and just for the sake of fighting, with the whole initial goal of Baki defeating Yujiro, it's kind of like on the side. There's a few characters which are pretty badass. There's Koro Hanayama, the Yakuza. Like, that guy is pretty fucking beast. Retsu Kaio, the Chinese martial artist, that guy is another one. Katsumi Orochi, the karate student of Shinshinkai. Like, that dude at first, like, was pretty cocky and arrogant, but likable at the same time. When he went to the Piccolo arc, that's when his character fully bloomed when he fought against Piccolo. Right there, he just understood what it meant to face death. To me, I have mixed feelings of Baki. I don't know, I just didn't... I kind of like it, but at the same time, I kind of don't. It's like, it's not like Seiya, I would say. It's kind of going on that route for me recently. Well, the other character that I like is Jack Hammer, just because how fucking gritty that guy is, especially when his backstory is pretty much science fiction, if you think about it, with a whole mad scientist, like, experimenting on this one guy who was pretty weak in the beginning and couldn't even do anything with his body, and then becomes like this fucking savage beast biting the shit out of people. Baki the Grappler is a very, very gritty. Well, in the anime you don't see it that much because it's still... I want to say the violence was watered down a little bit and then the animation was kind of shaky, but once you start getting into New Grappler Baki and the Baki Son of Ogre, like those mangas, they're fucking gritty. They're on par with Toriko fights being gritty. So essentially, Baki did it first, well, honestly, with that style of fighting in Shonen Jump comics, but, well, not Shonen Jump, sorry, in Shonen Champion, I think. But the fact that it's a shonen, yet gritty at the same time, is very unique. For sure, Yujiro Hanma, easily one of the manliest anime villains you will encounter, and he earns a spot because while he may not be, like, on par with, let's say, like, Toriko characters where, you could just fucking grand knocking the planet, but Yujiro Hanma is still pretty fucking beast.
A manly, yet sort of comedic series, and that is none other than The Legend of Koizumi. It's a manly series about government officials from around the world fighting each other by playing Mahjong.
Mahjong!
And yes, man, it's Mahjong, because you have Cyborg King Jong-il, you got the Japanese Prime Minister being like the manliest man in Japan. Like, fuck, man, this guy. The way he plays Mahjong, like, freaking explosions are going everywhere, man. And then you got Super Saiyan Nazis, and it's just over-the-top insanity. Again, I mean, like, how can you not want to read it? I mean, you just got these government officials, and they're just basically beating the shit out of each other. Man, you even got the Pope. The Pope is playing, and he's like a holy badass. Also got President Bush, who's kind of retard.
Man.
Oh, and Papa Bush. Yes, Papa
Bush.
Yes, that America. That's all you say when you say America. It's like, yes, fuck it. that's the legend of Koizumi.
Well, can we think of any other masculine shows that we kind of overlooked or no? Hold on, let me type in manly anime. Let me see. So which one have we forgot?
If only manga websites had a manly genre. It's like,
Oh, I got one.
What is it?
Hajime no Ippo.
Oh, there we go.
oh yeah, man, we forgot.
Takamura.
Takamura. This man. We didn't even. Oh my god. It's all coming to me now. All these different like series.
Now all the good ones are coming.
I think we might as well, we might as well list all of them then. Fuck it. This is gonna be a 3-part. This is gonna be a 3-part call. Fuck it.
Yeah, Hajime no Ippo, man. Makunochi Ippo is the definition of hard work. Like you will never see. You will never I won't say you will never see, but he is definitely one of the most hardworking people that I've just ever seen, and his dedication to effort is like inspires a lot of people to be like men, actual men. Vogue and the sort of like emotion that he fights or boxes with is just amazing. Vogue is definitely my favorite character. I just love the dedication that he has to his mother. Takamura is definitely the manliest character. The dude does not lose. Just how the feats that he pulls off.
A bear.
A fucking bear?
Manly.
Are you kidding me? A bear, and then he eats it unwillingly, but he eats it out of respect.
In order to honor it.
Yeah, to honor it, and then you have
Food on
the freaking claw marks on his chest.
I know. Like when people didn't believe him when he killed the bear, so then when he shows up with the scars, it's like those scars rival that of Kenshiro's.
And then he's going to conquer 6 classes in boxing. Oh my god, it's too much manliness. Too much. And then of course, you see like a lot of like soldiers and like military people boxing, like with the Genji Kamigawa, who's the main coach, like the sort of like old man in the series. You see that he fights this guy called Ralph Anderson. A lot of manliness. A lot of them are independent, sort of like headstrong people. A lot of the boxers that you see in the series. David Eagle is probably like one of them also. Definition of what it means to be like a perfect man. No homo. But yeah, Hajime no Ippo, man. The characters and the action. Oh, so much blood and oh god. Don't even get me started.
Boxing, man.
All right. Well, we're gonna go the boxing route then. I'm gonna say the next one. I keep telling people like they need to jump onto this series ever since Random Anime Shit told me about it. That is Ashita no Joe. While technically the characters, like, I say they're manly enough. I mean, some of them are pretty small because, Joe himself, he's bantamweight. That's smaller than featherweight, which is kind of hard to believe for me. But this boxer turned coach named Dante essentially wants to recruit him to become, like, this famous boxer. And then after, like, much discipline, like, taking place in juvie, he just starts off kind of unlikable but badass at the same time because it shows that he's very, how can I put this, not snobby, but very clever when it comes to how he was able to like rip off people to get money or the things he does to try to get money or things for himself. He doesn't believe that people do anything out of the honesty of their heart. People are always doing it for some sort of gain, and that's pretty much the kind of mindset he had all his life. And then when he gets to juvie, he meets his rival, Rikishi. And Rikishi, man, that guy is like one of the manliest boxing rivals you ever come across. Definitely better than the whole Ippo and Miyata rivalry right now, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Because Rikishi defeats Joe, like, easily, and that essentially what starts the rivalry. And that's what ultimately led to Joe want to start learning how to box. He does, like, this one training exercise in one episode that is, like, it's so manly. Because this looked like it was a realistic series, but that was probably the only thing that was not realistic in the whole anime. Essentially, Rikishi was punching 2 bulls as training exercises.
What?
Yeah, he was pretty much boxing against bulls.
What the fuck?
He was just punching them.
Were they doing anything back, or is
no?
like...
He just started. I think, purposely got them angry.
Okay.
He and Joe fight several times, and they never like really settled the score until very, very later on in the late 40s in the first series. Well, it's not exactly testosterone heavy. The 2 characters that kind of make it is like Joe, Rikishi, and then much later on these 2 Hispanic characters, Carlos Rivera and Jose Mendoza. Those 4 guys are like the manliest characters of the show, hands down. Yeah. But one thing that took me by surprise though about Joe is that the series that it was the bloodiest boxing I've ever seen. It's very gritty, honestly too. Blood is flying everywhere in these matches. That's what shocked me. That almost every single match of Ashita no Joe, there's blood flying. There's bones broken, teeth getting loose, and it's just one gritty-ass series.
Real boxing.
To me, what makes Joe manly is that he keeps boxing no matter what. Sort of ominous thing going on with Joe that whenever he usually boxes, like someone's life is permanently damaged. When he fought against Wolf, he broke the guy's jaw and he has to quit boxing altogether. And that tends to happen just about every single opponent he meets across. Like something bad happens to them, and Joe, he kind of really like feels bad for them, but at the same time he's told that, you know, if you want to keep you don't want to make their life go to waste, then you got to keep winning. The one last thing I'll talk about Shita no Joe is that there's a very good story about it, but there's two events that I feel like the manliest things I ever seen in that show. Both Rikishi and Joe go through a harsher weight control than Takamura. It's ridiculous because Rikishi, he was going crazy like for water. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. And the same thing goes for Joe, because when he was losing weight, like his weight class was down to bantam. He had to try to go down to bantamweight again. He was like over exceeding 118 pounds. What Joe would do, he would essentially like stop eating like for weeks. And at the same time, like, he would get blood drawn out to try to match the weight. And go to saunas. And essentially, like, Joe nearly died just for, like, trying to do the weight control. And then, you know, having to fight in that condition is just fucking inspiring.